Hey everybody, and welcome back to the final coaches commentary of the 2022 campaign. 6-2 overall, scored 42 points per game, 900 yards passing, 14 passing touchdowns, almost 2,300 rushing yards, 30 rushing touchdowns. A really great season. Really fun to be going through this season and kind of reliving some of this stuff again. And I'm always I always forget things from time to time, as my brain maybe is turning into a half Stay Puft Marshmallow. I forget stuff a little bit, but it's kind of cool to reminisce a little bit. But also, remember, this is a teaching tool as well. Hopefully you guys are picking something up as well. So, last game of the year, we have Algoma versus Suring. As you can see here, took care of business, which was really happy to see. Again, with 8-man. We are over 200, so we're not eligible for playoffs, which is really lame, and hopefully changes in the next couple of years. But we'll kind of see how that stuff goes. So we knew this was going to be our last game, so again, we wanted to end on a high note, obviously. And of course we did. So, taking a look at some of these stats here, you got Grant Vanderbest, 9 completions, 140 yards, 3 touchdowns, 127 rushing yards, and a touchdown himself. 6 tackles on defense and a pick. Varden, 109 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns, 6 tackles. He also had a pick, though for my stats account, there's 2 picks that he had. One was on a 2-point conversion, so, I don't know. Super statistic-wise, it's only 1, but again, I count that as 2. A pick is a pick to me, Yunk had 109 rushing yards, 2 TDs. Was kind of a finisher for the game for us. And then big man Austin Hagley had a 2-point conversion, and I'm excited to talk about that play when we get there. So, going into the game, of course, we wanted to, when we were scouting them, I think I broke down 2 of their games. We had a couple of other ones that I saw just from common opponents and stuff like that. So, I had a pretty good grasp on how they were going to do things. They're very run heavy. They had 81 passing yards all season, 81 passing yards all season, 81 passing yards all season. So that tells us they are going to try to pound the rock, and if we can get them into a situation where they have to throw, they're probably not going to be having a great time. So, kind of their base package, what they want to run, and what they had some success with is 3 different plays that I'll draw up in a second here. They had a jet sweep, that's kind of the main thing. Then they have a counter, trap, dart, back the other way. They also have a QB lead up the middle, which is what they were using predominantly against us this game. But again, we want to leave no doubt. We want to peak at the right time. So let's talk a little bit about their offense here. Okay. Okay, so we got their line. They're going to have a tight end. They're going to have a QB. They're going to have a fullback type. And then they're going to have, twins. Okay, so again, how we are going to be aligning with that here. Just draw it up real fast. And we're going to be playing a lot of yellow against this. We can play white, all that stuff, but they're going to have this guy go in motion, okay, and they can run jet. Okay, almost every team runs jet. Okay, so it's not really any surprise. The linemen, they are reaching and running, and they're trying to, get that edge. And, of course, when we see this motion, we're going to have a safety rotation. Okay, where we're coming up so we don't get out-levered, and we're rotating that guy back. Okay, so what's a really smart play that they do to counter this is they run trap. So again, they'll show that motion, and then they will just run trap. So blocking down there, trying to hook our nose, okay, and then pulling a guy, kicking out, and then instead of this guy leading out there, he'll just take a step, and then hitting us there. Okay, really good play for them. They also can run a dart, which the guard stays, and then they pull the tight end. They did that much more against us in this 2023 season. Or they can run counter, pull both of those guys, the guard goes, kicks out, and then leads up the hole. And again, our middle linebacker must be very disciplined, okay? We are not taking the cheese here, okay? We have people that are going to be for that jet, okay? If our linebacker flows out there too, we're going to have some problems when they hit us with this counterplay, and we're going to be having some big issues. As you can see, all that drawing on there, big issues. But if this guy is staying home, again, we're supposed to be reading the guards. We see that guard pull. We see this tight end pull across our face. We know that we have to be coming this way. Okay? And then hopefully we can make a play with those guys there. Okay? And then kind of lastly with the... let's see here. Another thing that they can run, my clearing isn't working, so that's kind of annoying, is I'll just make an even bigger mess here, is they'll just have this fullback lead. Again, they're faking this jet. Fullback lead, and then the quarterback is following him. Okay, so pretty tough package if your guys are undisciplined. We try really hard to make our guys disciplined, and we think it pays off pretty well. And again, when we only gave up 12 points, so it paid off pretty well for us. And one of the scores was against our young guys. Okay, so things to watch here. Finishing strong, ending the season. We're going to be doing some safety blitzes and stuff when they have some heavy run formations, 2 tight ends, 3 guys in the backfield. We're going to be sending some safeties to set a hard edge. Still have all the receivers covered. So, again, you can see that. And then for the Eagles, again, they're 84% of the time running. And if they have issues where they have to throw, they are in big, big trouble. The previous year, 21, they didn't complete a single pass against us. And as you can see on the screen there, this season, they didn't complete a single pass against us either. And we had 3 picks. So I will definitely take that as a defensive coordinator. So let's get into the game here. And here we go. So Suring is a pretty cool place to play. You can't see it, but it's sort of like in the middle of their town. They definitely play the best music, that's for sure. But here we go. So, yeah, they're kind of doing something a little weird. You can see it on screen a little bit with the kind of on the weak side. They're leaving a big gap, and they're just trying to mess with our blocking scheme. As you can see, they have 3 guys on the strong side, 3 down linemen. So, again, I'm on the other end of the field, and I'm like, what the heck are these guys doing? They're just trying to confuse us. We're going to do okay on this first drive. Nice pass, broken tackle, and then we're in business here. So yeah, doing some good stuff. Again, they're kind of hopping around, trying to confuse us. Alright, we're going twins, and oh, look, they're going into a 3-man front. Okay, so we're taking some mental notes of that. Grant makes a heck of a cut, gets a touchdown. Okay, so good start, guys are excited. Like to see that stuff, that means we're into the game. Really happy with how that stuff is going. Alright, so on our pass play, they send everybody, 2 guys wide open, and we are going. And then can't handle our squib kick, so we get the ball back. Hey, so again, guys are jacked. Get our linemen back out there. Okay, let's go twins. Okay, get them out of that 4-man front, but they made an adjustment too. They went into a 4-man front, even with our twins. So again, that's telling us, okay, we got some mismatches on the outside, and maybe we can take advantage of that. They got guys playing off pretty good. Nice little trap there. Beautiful blocking. Can't really ask for anything better there. Okay, so again, we're peeking. I mean, look at that gap on the strong side in this instance here. Or I guess it'd be the weak side. To me, it's the strong side. Take our fourth lineman over our other guys, but overthrown a little bit. And V being aggressive. Alright. Getting the ball to Yunk, running pretty good. You've got Austin Hagley, C.A. Ritchie. They're 15 yards downfield blocking guys. Love to see it. And again, overstacking us. Trap. Miscommunication with, we don't block a defensive tackle. Not a winning business model. Hey, we're running our trap pass. They did a pretty nice job of defending it. And they had guys there. That was fourth down. That guy was really jacked. Alright, so kind of a... I didn't see if a guard pulled there, but little inside run to the fullback. Usually how we feel things, taking on Suring is like the guy that we need to stop is their fullback. Look at that there. We get two linemen in on the play. Our nose tackle, D-end. That's Cade Preston, Mason Malone. Okay, here they're faking that jet. QB up the middle. Gets a couple of yards, but we get him to a fourth and 4 maybe. 4th and 3-ish. So they got to stop. We got to stop, of course. Here we're going to have a big return, but we're going to block a guy in the back. There it is. So this is all for naught. So that's pretty deflating. You can see guys on the sideline going crazy. But get a special team touchdown. A lot of crazy stuff, but penalty takes it away. And how resilient are we going to be as a team? All right, talking about things a little bit. Yes, we got a pass play. Again, with that wide gap. Opens up. Grant takes off. Really smart play. Again, a guy with his speed. Well, we'll take the 40 yards or whatever it was. They giving them twins. Let's see what they do with that. Again, they're staying in their 4-man front. A nice little handoff. Trap block. C.A. Ritchie on the trap block there. Getting good yards. Doing a lot of awesome things. By this time of the season, our O-line has pretty much seen it all. 3-man fronts, 4-man fronts, 5-man fronts. All sorts of stuff. So we just have to communicate a little bit. Yeah, their D-end jumps inside of Isaac Young's block. That allows Grant to get outside. Kind of sees that backside post. I was probably on the sideline. Run it! But, Grant was able to hook up with Parker Lishka for a touchdown. And yeah, we had Carson Lishka at the front corner of the end zone. Could have threw it to him. Had Varden in the middle of the end zone. Could have threw it to him. Hey, things are looking good. Little pooch kick. Getting down there. Tyler Chalice, first one down. Back on defense. Okay, so they're giving us kind of this overload formation that we're used to. We talked about. They showed it on film. They have an eligible guard on the backside. And then their I formation doesn't line up directly behind the quarterback. You see that they're offset to the left there. And then they ran left. So, we're kind of thinking, all right, go ahead, run this offense. We're gonna make them drive. So So here, Chalice did a nice job of extending that play. Just couldn't come up and get the tackle. But even though they made a play, again, it's football. Stuff like that happens. I mean, speaking of stuff like that happens, Caden Varden just taking a guy, throwing him, and then getting the jet sweep guy. Heck of a play by him. All right, having the QB keep it again. Okay, nice little play there, getting some good yards. Again, with that fullback, he's taking us to the outside. That jet's taking us to the outside. They can get things kind of blocked up. You know, we got 4 guys in the box, making him throw. No. We got Grant Vandervest, gets the pick. I couldn't believe that, how, Grant caught that when it came to the game. I had a really good view of it. I thought the kid was going to catch it. It was kind of, on his hip, and then Grant just yoinked it from him. It's crazy. All right, trap to Yunk. Got Emily Kirkman blocking out there, getting after guys. And end of the first quarter. I think V's going to be aggressive here. We got a 2nd and short. Yep. Do a little curl and go. That's kind of the thing where if you're going to keep all those guys to stop our run, we got guys on the outside that can really hurt you. And then if you want to stop them by putting a safety back there, kind of running cover 1 instead of cover 0, then that opens up our rush lanes. So, yeah, that's complementary football. All right, Yunk pounding the rock, getting good blocks. Like I said, we are in business. Little pooch kick. Getting guys down there. Running through some tackles. But let's D it up, see how things go. So again, they're giving us that... give us an overload. Run to the strong side here. See this motion. There it is. QB keeping it with a lead. Okay, that's a good adjustment. It's a good play to run against our defense. With how we want to defend things or what we take priority in defending, they could probably have just run that play over and over and over, and we would have bled yards a bit. But, this guy in film making some great cuts. Good runner. Probably their best runner. Or not, probably not. You know, he was their best runner. Did some really good things in the 23 season. Trying to run weak side, which, wasn't open at all. But, figured they'd give it a go. Chalice was all over it. Pretty much no matter what they do on that weak side, we're going to have an unblocked guy, so... Got another pass. Everyone blanketed. Look at that. There's Varden's first pick. Okay, so let's go back to this play here. Okay, so again, we are primarily a zone team, which nobody else does, so that gives us a lot of advantages. Okay, so if we let this run a little bit, with their motion. Okay, so we're communicating. You can see the communication right here. Okay, oh geez, what a sweet circle. Okay, we're pointing. Okay, we got our linebacker taking a look back. He's going to match. Hey, we got guys going across the field. We got this guy covered. Okay, really, really good stuff. And again, when you are taking a look at, okay, what are they going to do with this ball? Okay, look at all these receivers. Everybody's blanketed. Where's he going to throw? Throws it, and not a great pass. Throws it short. Easily picked. Hey, great stop. All right, we're going trips for the first time in the game. Let's see how they go against that. They're going to give us a 3-2 look. And we're going deep. Got a guy deep, and no! Dropped it. Okay, so we're going trips again. We got that 3-2. Got a bit of a pulling stance from C.A. Ritchie. Don't do a great job of blocking that linebacker. So he kind of ruins the play for us. But we know that we got something here. We get them in that 3-2 defense. Let's see if we run trap again. There it is. Do a much better job of blocking that. C.A. Ritchie buries his guy. And then Grant Vandervest takes it all the way. Hits the ref. And, yeah, we're going to have a penalty. I can't help myself. I think this is, let's see if I remember this correctly. They're going to call penalty on Mason Malone, maybe. I think that's who they called it on, which is absolutely ridiculous. He's engaged with the guy the whole time. But the refs stole 2 long touchdown runs from us this game on bad calls. So, spoiler, there's going to be another one. But again, back to trips. Look at that pass pro. Nice clean pocket. Guys working their butts off to protect Grant. And we're getting into a bit of an and long situation. So let's see if we're... Oh, we get into jump instead. We're going to run trap. You can see Cade ready to pull. Let's see if we maybe come back with lead on this side of the field. Got a blitzing linebacker. Oh, kept the trap. I'd like us to see our blocks being sustained a little bit better. Okay, throwing again. I think we had a guy, but overthrew him and out of bounds a bit. And then we're punting. But seen a lot of good things, X's and O's wise. Like, we are feeling pretty confident about that stuff. Carson Leist, the long snapper, down there first. Get that guy some snaps in that defensive end here. We got like 2 guys in the backfield running right by the guy. But they must have had have things bottled up okay there. But again, that guy running through our tackles. Alright, their little offset thing. QB keeping it. Okay, there we go. Do a nice job getting him down to, yard and a half. Getting behind the sticks a little bit. Get him off schedule. Then they get a big run, back on schedule, get him to like a 3rd and, half a yard or so. So just up the middle. Had him initially, we had it stopped, but we couldn't bring him down. Then 19, running through our tackles. It's kind of a killer. Would have been, 4th and 1. I'm sure they would have gone for it because the score was starting to get out of hand for them. But give them some life. QB's running hard. Still running hard. Oh yeah, we got kind of this game got a little chippy. That sometimes happens when you're beating up an opponent pretty good, or an opponent is beating up on you. Guys get frustrated. They do some dumb things. This is a pretty young team. I think Suring only had a couple of seniors, and I don't think they were... let's just say that their best players were all juniors or younger. Let's put it that way. But again, another situation. Could have had him in the backfield. I think Varden's going to get his second pick right here. Going to try to run an eligible tackle. We had, he was going. He made a great play, just jumped up and grabbed it. Lishka was there in coverage on that guard, so he was we had everything covered, so wouldn't have caught it anyway. But nice for the stat sheet. Grant getting the kick here, and I talked about before where it's cool playing with guys like Grant and Varden and stuff who can make plays, just like ridiculous stuff happen. Anything can happen on a play, essentially. Yeah, so I think here we're going to do a little thing where we're going to put Varden in motion so you can see him. He's back like too far from what he usually is. They're like not going to cover him. But Grant's going to take it himself. Gets nice yards. But we're going to come back to that play, of course, where we're like, oh, they're not going to cover him. All right, so, again, can't help myself here. So, pass protection, right? We want to have a nice pocket, right? A nice pocket. So, again, in order to keep that nice pocket, we keep our guard inside. Okay, so we have our fullback go out to the end, and he's coming up the field first and kind of scooping this guy out. Okay, so if this D end wants to run all the way around that way, we're fine with that. Okay, that's what we want. We can't get beat inside here. That's what we don't want. Okay, but with a guy like Grant, he could escape. He did that another time and stuff like that. But here we're gonna have a really nice pocket. Okay. Everything's going to look great. Okay? No pressure. And then Grant, he's going to just decide to do his own thing, and he's going to roll out there and get tackled by the defensive end for a sack. Okay, so let's see my reaction here. Am I going to be shaking my fist? Am I going to keep my cool? Kept my cool, but in my head, like, what the heck? That was really great pass protection. Probably telling V, what's your son doing? Okay, back to old reliable. Trips, trap. Making big gains. Let's not mess around with all this passing nonsense. Just pound the rock. Okay, let's get Yunk. 2-point conversion again. Pretty much untouched into the end zone. Or that was for the touchdown. This is the 2-point conversion here, I guess. And we got nice pass play there. One guy trying to cover two of ours. We had Lishka at the front corner. We had Varden at the back corner. Nice easy throw. We got Belowski kicking. Lefty. Alright. Almost couldn't handle it again. Alright, let's see. We got Emily Kirkman in at nose. Giving us that motion again. Jet. Made him cut it up inside. A couple of yards. We'll take that. This is right before the half, so that's why we have way less guys on the screen. Can't complete it. We're playing quarters here, and yeah, so 32-6 at the half. Not too shabby. Of course, there's always things that you can talk about, adjustments that we're making, and all that good stuff. But what we're doing is working. Not a whole lot of adjustments to make on offense, but just kind of reminding them if they do something wacky or whatever, make sure we communicate. Defensively, I probably talked about how, we're going to start to get some rotational guys in and things like that. And, for guys who don't get, as many snaps and stuff, make sure we're communicating with them like extra. Got the patented Mason Malone, gonna rip your arm out of your socket. Tackle. Alright, another motion. QB keep. Getting some guys on him. Yeah, I mean, these guys had 81 passing yards all season. Probably not coming back in this one. So they're just doing their stuff. And giving us that unbalanced. It's fourth down. QB gets the edge on us. Hesitated a little bit, kind of like dipping inside, and then he bounced it out and was able to outrace us. But I think they had a holding penalty maybe on Malone, if I remember correctly. Yeah, then they gotta obviously punt here. I think we got the, after this next score, we got Big Austin Hagley's 2-point conversion. Here there's some extracurriculars. The classic giving him the business. They had a guy get ejected. I forgot what he did, but he probably like punched someone in the helmet or tried to stomp on somebody or something dumb like that. But, I mean, look at that blocking. Young just picking his way through. Yeah, we had a false start. Alright, another lead with Yunk. Running tough. He's just a pup here too. He's a little sophomore. I mean, we got people making blocks 5, 6, 10 yards downfield. Just driving guys back. I love it. That's what's cool about playing offensive line. Like, obviously you can't score touchdowns and all that stuff, run the ball, but we get to do stuff like that. Stuff that maybe people don't watch, but we know. We had awesome blocking where Varden went to the outside. He'd still be running. Getting those guys to jump. Let's see. Alright, still running lead. I mean, look at this. Pancakes like 10 yards downfield. But, having a tough offensive line. Again, we got a big offensive line too. But just grinding guys down, imposing your will, getting after people, wearing teams down. It's the second half. Small school football, so a lot of guys are playing both ways. Alright, running our G play. Really awesome blocking. Got a pulling guard, different backfield action. If they're not reading the guards, they're going with Grant, which is what happened there, and then we get really easy blocks. Alright, so we're going to watch the 2-point conversion here to big man. Everybody celebrating. Awesome play. We were jacked to run this as we were practicing it in practice and everything during the week. And let's draw it up a little bit, okay? Alright, so got a bunch of stuff going on here. So, one, why didn't they call timeout to kind of talk about this? I don't know. Okay? Maybe they thought they had things covered. Sevastopol, every kind of like third year, runs a swinging gate. This is our version of it. So, what do we notice? Okay, so an 8-man, anybody who is last on the line of scrimmage is eligible. Okay, doesn't matter if it is a wide receiver, a tight end, you split out a running back and put him on the line, or if it is a center, for example. Okay, so who are all on the line? We got 4 offensive linemen out there, all on the line. Okay, you have Austin Hagley, big man, on the line. Okay, we have off the line. Okay, so that makes Austin eligible. Okay, so pretty much all we're going to do is we're lining up in a weird formation. If people aren't remembering their rules about who's eligible and not, that gives us an advantage. And then also, got a little bit of eye candy, what we were supposed to do, where Lishka was going to motion across because we have nobody in the backfield over here. Okay, and they're like, oh, they're probably going to throw a bubble out there with all of the giant guys who are going to block for them. Okay, but, and then, it was, he could block there, and do all that stuff. But we forget about the motion, probably because we're too excited. And you can even see Lishka, when the plays run, he kind of he goes palms up, and he's like, what the heck, where's my motion? But worked anyway, and, you had Austin just snapping the ball, little block here, and he kind of just did like a little curl, wide open for the 2-point conversion. And like I said, everybody was all jacked. So running the play, everybody on the sideline, they're all excited. Hey, we're running it. Boom, works like a charm. So awesome to see. So Austin Hagley, he's with the team, I think all 4 years, but he didn't want to play initially. So Coach V, talked him into, hey, how about you film for us? Okay, it's just for varsity games, film, all that stuff. We're gonna have a kick by Emily Kirkman here. We're having a little fun now. Okay, but Austin Hagley, getting him out, filming for us, and then look at that swim kick. Hey, but having him film for us, and then I think it was his junior year. He decided, you know what, I think I'm gonna play, and then was a starter at center for us. For 2 seasons. Really glad to have him. We got our elephant D-line out there right now. We got a lot of beef. So we got C.A. Ritchie at D-end. You got Cade Preston at the other D-end. And you got Emily Kirkman at the nose. Okay, doing some work. Making plays. Look at these guys. You got Austin Miller out there at corner. Okay, got everybody covered again. Where are you going to go with that ball? Okay, blanketed every single guy, making them punt. All right, not a bad return. Netting, like 14 yards or something like that. All right, and what do you notice about this? You might be thinking, hey, you got 2 guys off the line of scrimmage. Okay? Is that an illegal formation? The answer is no, because we still got 5 people on the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 offensive linemen. Yes. I was begging V, crying, hey, every single week, what are we going to do? All 5 offensive linemen out there. We got these big giant beasts. Okay? Can we use them? And this is a couple of plays here where we are. So, run and trap. Got defenders on the ground. Nice play. We got a trap coming back this way. There it is. Or a G. Don't stay on our block on that D end, so he makes the play. We're going to throw one of these, too. I think this is the one. Absolutely ridiculous. We're going 5 offensive linemen. We're throwing. I guess Lishka can get some stats. Yeah, nice little series here. We blitz the middle linebacker. We don't pick him up. And then I think we get back into our regular personnel. Yeah, we got trips here. Barton's going to take 2 guys with him because these guys aren't communicating all that well. We're running trap. And big touchdown run here. They're going to call Malone on an illegal block. I would argue he was not going back towards the line of scrimmage. He was parallel with the line of scrimmage. But as you are about to see here, we're going to get the points anyway. So instead of Grant getting the rushing yards, he'll get them in passing. Another touchdown for Varden. I think we're doing a lead to Yunk here. Yep, there it is. Nice blocking. Cade Preston pancakes the guy into the end zone. Oh, sorry about that, buddy. All right, got Malone kicking again. I think really we're going to be getting some of our young guys in here pretty soon. What a kick. Alright, so I got a few rotational people in there. Still got our heavy front for our D-line. Gavin Belowski, yeah, that counts too. Kid Preston still making plays. Playing D-end is probably a lot easier, where it's like, playing nose all the time, and I'm just battling constantly, and then I get to play D-end, and I'm making all these plays. But, nose is a tough job. Hey, Belowski takes on that trap block. Get off me, son. Makes the tackle. Doing some good stuff. We got that motion. Jet. Turn it back inside. Yunk is going to line up offsides here on 4th down. Sophomores, man. Right, QB sneak for like 8 yards, 9 yards. Not ideal. Man, make him drive. We can bleed yards rushing. That's fine. Fullback dive right up the middle. Probably trying to get the game over with at this point. We're like, let's just get out of here. There we go. Miller with the tackle. Good stuff. QB sneak again. It's like their best play. Alright, we got Leist in there now? Looks like it. So we got Carson Leiston at one of the DNs. We got Belowski at the other one. We got Emily Kirkman at nose, battling in there. Look at that. Taking on blocks, getting it on the tackle. Right, Carson Leist getting in on the party. Getting a fullback dive from behind. We're going heavy front. Went into our gorilla. This is 4 down linemen. Let's see here. So we got some of the younger guys in here. Let's see. We got Aiden Moen. It looks like on this side. At safety, we got Joe Cabino at the other safety. We got Parker Lishka in there. Was that Lane Koshart in there at linebacker? I think so. Yeah. We got Mark Vera Barone at corner. He's being aggressive, getting after it. pitch to the outside. Joe does a nice job of turning that back in, but they got to our linebacker, and then our corner needed to be more aggressive and come up to Phil to kind of close that gap. So they got a good run at it. Again, good experience for guys. We get tape on them so we can talk about it. They can kind of see themselves in action. And they get a touchdown, which is okay. Still up by a lot. Oh, let's keep them on the end zone for the 2-point conversion, shall we? Got Joe Cabino reading pass, drops, knocks the ball away. Get out of here. Yeah, really good read by him, finding that route coming across the field. And I think we're just about done here. They're going to do a kick, hammer it deep. I think we're going to be taking knees, if I remember. Yep, there it is. So we got all the seniors out there. Last snap. And hey, great season. A 6-2. You know, I'd rather be 7-1, 8-0, but again, sometimes, or you don't always get everything you want, of course. But yeah, great group of guys. And girl. We can't forget about Emily. Hey, came out her senior year. So really glad to have her. She picked up things really fast. I've talked about it a bunch before. You know, impressed Coach V and I were with all that stuff. But yeah, great season. You know, some of you are probably wondering, and those of you who kind of eat these up, like you know, a Brady Rogers type, for example. Probably like, oh, when's the next one for 2023? That'll probably be in 2024 or you know, after the season of 2024, depending on, you know, how busy I am and stuff, but it'll probably be 2025. Usually do it 2 years after and everything. So hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, all the games, not just this one. Again, I like doing these things, get to reminisce a little bit of nostalgia and stuff, but also being able to teach, and with me drawing on things, you know, hopefully that is better at having you guys see things and become better and smarter football players. So have a good one.